How's it going? Boy, do we need this day today. I don't know about you guys, but I was doing some really positive things today, and the world is getting to people. Things are tragedy after tragedy seems to be happening in people's lives, and they're you know. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh, there you are. Let me just pop out the chat here. Let me just see what's going on. Why am I not? I don't know why I'm getting not getting it, but let's just pop out the chat. And there we go. Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is Sunday, October 20th, 2024. And the garden is done. And I feel so upset because I went out with my phone and I thought I got everything, but I couldn't actually see because the light was turned down on my phone. And when I was recording, when I thought I was recording, I wasn't recording. And when I brought it in, or I was recording, and I uploaded it all onto what I thought I uploaded it onto, all of it onto my computer. And I deleted all the footage off my phone, and I hadn't uploaded it all to my computer. So I'm telling you, what a day. I don't know about anybody else, but there's a lot of negativity going on in the world. There's a lot of tragedies happening. There's spikes in health crises with cancer and heart disease and strokes and all this stuff, and people's lives are just seem to be 100% more weighed down than they were, say, 6 years ago or more. You know what I mean? So, hi, heavy guy. How's it going, sweetheart? I'll say hi to everybody in a minute, but I just wanted to kind of. I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. No, I want the fall feel. Oh my goodness. Are you almost done, darling? I wish, he says. He's loading wood. Well, don't overdo it, okay? So all I need is for you to, gimp out on me or have a, master attack or something. So I think what started out as a really positive day, it's not that it's not a positive day, but things have kind of got discombobulated. I'm missing footage and I can't redo it. I can update it, but I can't redo it. And that was all of tomorrow's video. So I'm going to have to figure out a way of, going back out to the garden, and I don't know. We'll see. But I'm sorry. I just got off a phone call, a really long phone call, and I was not expecting. So what I'm going to do is I got to go make a cup of tea while I wait for everybody to get in here. Okay. And when I come back, everybody will say hi and I'll shout you out and then we'll talk. Okay. All right. I'm going to go get a cup of tea. Oi. Oi. Sorry, folks, it's going to take a few minutes for my kettle to boil, but I just can't do this without a cup of tea. So, anyway, fall is here in earnest, eh? Howie has been working all weekend on getting... Howie's been working all weekend. How we doing there? Good. On getting the wood. Oh my goodness. Now I me down to sheep. I paid $1. So amen. Oh, Mommy's got to clean your ears. They're smelly. Not smelly, but yes. That's probably why you're coming to get them rubbed, eh? Now look over here. Now, wait a minute. Look over here. You know Mona Lisa smile. Give them their give them the... There it is. The Mona Lisa smile. All right. I got me, baby. Oh. All right, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Where's my kiss? Gracie, you're going to make me sad. Give me kisses. All right. All right, you go watch Daddy through the patio door, okay? All right, I'm making chicken and rice for supper. So, there's going to be an update video about the garden and seed saving and all that. That's what that's going to be about. But I missed a lot of the footage that I thought I was getting in the garden. And if I did get it, I accidentally deleted it. So, it's a discombobulating day. Now, there's 48 people here, so everybody say hi all at once, so that I can have you on the participants list. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds for everybody to come in and say hi. And then I'm going to go and get my cup. I don't think the kettle's boiled yet. I don't think it's boiled yet. But then I'm going to go get my cup of tea. And I'm sorry I started it. I should have just waited 5 minutes, got myself a cup of tea and that, but I wanted to be on time. You know what I mean? I wanted to be on time. And people are still saying hi, so that's good. I'm going to go check on my tea while folks are still saying hi and coming in. And if anybody else you see comes in, encourage them to say hi in the next 30 seconds. Also, ow. Like nobody's loved you, come rain or come shine. High as a mountain, deep as a river, come rain or come shine. I guess when you met me, it was just one of those things. Alrighty. All right, let's pop out the participants list. Let's see if I can get this on F11. Yes, I can. Let's pop out the participants list and say hello to Barbara. Barbara M. Aloha Seashell. Carolyn, Charles, Colleen, Denise, Frida, Happy Guy, Jack, Jackie Gabe, Joan Leach, Just Me, Kathy Ponder, hi darling, Linda Bopp, hello my love, Mama T, Minnesota Farmer's Wife Julie, Our Journey Homestead, Plain Jane, Question Asker, Rita Svet, Rosie Slade, Sherry Leach, mwah, Stacy Robbins, mwah, Susan Faints, mwah, Wendy, Tigger Bouncin, Tina Elliott, Tony Nicole, and Toy Throwbacks. Well, I saw a couple of new names in here. How's everybody doing? So, I've made a decision to treat myself kinder this year. As the winter approaches, I've decided to give myself one day at least, if not two, a week where, and I don't have to kill myself getting videos ready to take those days off. I'm going to have 2 days a week where I'm just going to sit and watch old movies and work on quilt pieces. I have at least 5 unfinished quilts that have to be pieced and quilted, and probably 4 that have to be refixed for my boys. So it's gonna be one of those winters. And this is where the rheumatoid arthritis started. It started in the bases of my thumbs. And when I'm holding pieces, this gets really painful. But the truth is, this is the way I'm looking at this. Hang on a second. I have to turn on my do not disturb. Sorry about that. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Rather than stopping one of the things I love the most, I'm hoping that it will keep my hands a little more limber. I may even take up knitting again this winter to make Bubba's sweater or something, right? So, how is everybody doing? Went to my friend's molasses cook-off yesterday and ended up with 2 beautiful quarts. Oh, wow. Hey, Claire. Hi, Shandi. Lisa Allen. Hello from Texas. Oh, Daddy needs a new wheelbarrow. You could hear it. Can you hear that? Poor wheel. But we're getting smart. You see, he's put a plywood ramp on the stairs so he can wheel the wheelbarrow right up onto the steps. I even loaded 3 of those yesterday. But I probably have 4 crocheted blankets that I have to finish. I call them my chemo blankets as I started them until they got too big while my mom was getting chemo. Oh, well, there you go. I just finished sewing a baby nest for my grandbaby coming any day. Oh, that's wonderful. I literally put my blood and sweat into it, sewn my little finger on the machine. Oh, darling. Ow. So sometimes it's really, 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 really hard to count your blessings when your life is falling apart or feels like it's falling apart. But here's something I want to share. Falling apart and falling together feel very much the same. I saw a post, I think it was on Facebook, where it was a ceramic person and they were smashed and they were piecing themselves back together. They were picking up the pieces. And sometimes sometimes we need, in that framework of thought, sometimes we need to be broken or humbled or so that we can actually find a new way forward. Because sometimes, like, for instance, these past 5 years have been a real emotional and spiritual journey for me. Hey, April. It's been a real spiritual, mental, and emotional journey for me these last 5 years. Because before that, I was all passion and justice, but I had no way of channeling it into its proper place emotionally. So, hi, Waldo. So these last 5 years have been a real, like, my whole life has been one journey. And no, I wouldn't change a thing because I am where I am and I like who I am today. It's really important. I never understood what people meant when you said you have to like yourself. First, you got to love yourself. And we know that a big portion, hi, May, a big portion of our life, or a big portion of my life, my adult life, has been spent learning to love myself. And we've talked about this in the past. Loving yourself isn't like, oh, I'm getting a new car because I deserve it. Or I'm getting a facelift because, I deserve it. I want to feel on the outside. I want to look on the outside how I feel on the inside. Yada, 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 yada. When I say love yourself, I mean love yourself enough not to accept unacceptable behavior. Love yourself enough to know where you belong and where you don't. You know, love yourself enough. Not even enough. Love yourself like you would love a newborn child. You protect that. You give them the best of nutrition you possibly can. Okay? You care for them. You make sure they're warm, they're fed, they're cuddled. They're told, oh, you're beautiful. You know, you're beautiful inside and out. That's what you're supposed to do for you. You see? You're supposed to love yourself and protect yourself. Love and protect and nourish your soul. And it's taken me a long, long time to love myself. But actually, this past year, I've learned to like myself because remember when I said love is not accepting unacceptable behavior? Love is looking after your spiritual, mental, and emotional welfare as if you were somebody that you loved very much. Right? What's going on? Still in hospital, can't walk, fractured feet, and insurance won't prove rehabilitation center. My prep's behind, 65-year-old widow, but young. Honey, why won't they cover, if your feet are fractured, why won't they cover your rehabilitation? Or are they starting to treat us at 60 like we're disposable? We will pray for your speedy recovery, darling. Of course we will. And yes, just me. Every obstacle we face is a learning lesson to better ourselves. And to me, the only true tragedy is when we don't learn from our mistakes. And I'm telling you, I'm a stubborn person. This stuff should have been stuff I learned 20, 30, 40 years ago. Right? But this year, on top of loving myself, understanding what is acceptable and unacceptable, and the hardest behavior we face in looking at honestly is that of the people who are professed to love us, or the people that surround us, or our family. Those are the hardest ones to look at honestly and say, okay, you know what? But I like myself now enough. You know why I like myself? Because I finally stood up to it. I finally stood up to the browbeating and the bullying I've faced my entire life. Yes, I have been bullied my entire life. Passive aggressively, sometimes aggressively, mentally and emotionally. I have been bullied my whole life. But guess what? I don't have to put up with that anymore. And I don't have to get angry about it. I just have to go, like, yeah, I mean, I had some things go on that really gutted me in the last few years. I've had some things that really have gutted me, but that left me wide open for, remember about being broken? It's how you put yourself back together. You don't want to be, if you've been broken or bullied or treated lesser than you deserve, how you put yourself back together is a very important key. Why? Because you get to choose. Okay, Tina. You get to choose. Tina, are you not there on Wednesdays and Mondays? Because I can do that then. Right? I don't want you to sing for me. Just wanted you to know yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, because we didn't have a live yesterday, to you. Happy birthday, sweet Betty Boo Bop. Linda, happy birthday to you. Please know you're loved. Okay, so when we're broken or gutted or emotionally slammed or mentally slammed or whatever the case may be, when we calm down from that, and note, when we calm down, this is why I encourage puking your emotions onto the page by journaling. Because when you calm down, you can get a better understanding of why you reacted the way you did if you go back and read the raw stuff. Don't read it like, oh yeah, I gotta read it. But when you're calmed down, read it with a critical eye of how you would talk to that person. Right? So how we put ourselves back together after being gutted or broken or emotionally battered, okay, or even mentally battered, we get to choose how we reshape ourselves back. We get to choose how we heal. Yes, the person that broke me the most my whole life was my mother. The hardest thing I ever had to do was finally cut the cord. It's hard to grieve a parent that is still alive, but I had to do it in order to heal. There you go. That's a really, really hard thing. But the truth is, you recognized you're worthy of love. And if we don't love ourselves enough to look after ourselves and defend ourselves and protect ourselves from pain and hurt and injury, then we can't expect anybody else to do that for us. See, the moment you step forward and say, yeah, I was taught males came first in the family too. How's that working out? How's that working out for you, Howard? That I was raised that men come first. He just laughed. He just laughed because he doesn't come first and I don't come first. We walk or stumble or grunt side by side when, or whatever the case may be, because we're a team. We're not even a team. We're one. And we do the things for each other that the other can't do. Howie can't break bread. I'm sure he could if he tried. But why would he? As he once told his sister when she said, why don't you buy your wife a bread maker? He said, because I have one. It makes 17 loaves at a time. She said, where did you get that? He said, I married her. Right? That's not discourteous. That's beautiful, isn't it? So I am learning to put a lot of things that have been broken in my spirit and in my heart and in my soul's never been broken. My soul is always what keeps me alive and keeps me moving forward and keeps me going forward. But mentally and emotionally, I have been battered and bullied, right? Do I want to put myself back together exactly the way I was before? No. Why? Because those things that broke me, those relationships, those circumstances, those things that gutted me, that cracked me, that broke me, that decimated me, that gutted me, I allowed that to happen. Right, dear? Things can only break us if we let them. So, the way I'm putting myself back together may not be even recognizable from the Mrs. Wolfe who started YouTube 15 years ago. My family is not going to recognize me. They've been walking around me. A lot of my family has been circling me from a distance like they've seen a poison snake for a very long time. Get over it. It's okay. Right? But I love me now. And I do what's right for me. Now, okay, so my diet, not so much. Right? And some of my unhealthy eating styles and stuff like that. But here's the deal. In February, I'm getting new teeth. because I can't chew with these because they had no molars on the top. And these are so loose. Some of them are so loose. I have to go next week or the week after and get some 3 or 4 teeth removed. But here's the deal. I'm gonna get dentures. Real ones, good ones. In the meantime, while my mouth heals, I'll probably get a pair of cheap ones just for on camera. And I'm also buying a new computer because I got sucked in by a guy who works for a computer company into building me what looks like a really monster computer, which is a piece of crap. And one of the reasons I cannot live stream on Rumble right now is because none of my webcams work, and it's not the webcam, it's the computer. Why? Because I cheaped out on what I need on a daily basis. Not again. I'm getting a good. Do you hear that, baby? In February, I'm getting dentures and a computer. Okay? Well, consider it my race car. All right.
Between now and then, I'm getting
You're rebuilding your motor.
$3,000 stroker kit.
Okay, well, we'll budget for it. And guess what? That's going to be my receipt for our half-acre homestead and Life of the Wolfies this year. So you're going to give me some footage on that. Right? Everybody thinks it's cool that I said my new computer and my new teeth are going to be my race car. It's going to cost about as much. I figure I'm going to spend about $5,000 between my teeth and a new computer. But here's the deal. This is what I do. This is how can I function with all my channels if my computer isn't functioning properly? How can I function if I can't live stream on Rumble? Okay. How can I edit properly if my graphic card won't even read a webcam? Right? So this year, and these are things for work. Well, okay, the teeth are going to be the teeth are going to be for me because I really miss being able to, I have to mince my steak up or roast beef up so fine. And my teeth are wearing down from chewing with my front teeth. So, so yeah, this is Bev loving herself. This is Bev loving herself. Right? And and it's not because I'm worth it. And I'm not like I'm not going out and buying a Cartier purse or anything because I'm worth it. I am giving myself the proper tools I need to function in work. Make sense? Make sense? But here's the thing. Like, people want me to do another book, right? And I might actually write one called My Homestead Journey or something. I might actually write a book rather than just do another cookbook. It's not another cookbook, but a homestead book, because I really need to. There's things I need to do for me. But in the meantime, I'm so upset because I lost half the footage on my garden video, and I lost the footage of Howie digging up onions and stuff like that. And it's pissing me off. So, it is very frustrating, Happy Guy. It is very frustrating. And say hi to your mom for me, Jack. It's very frustrating because and it's all my own fault, because I cheaped out on what I needed. I know what I need. The computer I want's like $2,500, bare minimum. I want more storage. I don't want to add external storage. I want more storage. I want lots of storage. I want good graphics. You know what I mean? I want to be able to run. Jack's mom is here. Where? Where? Oh, is there not that Canadian dental benefits for seniors in Quebec? No. You know why? It's here. My neighbor Gert, God love her, got a whole new set of teeth paid by RAMQ Quebec. But here's the deal. Here's how healthcare works in Canada for things like drugs, dental, and eyeglasses. If one of you in your family, like me or Howard, has coverage, that automatically negates any help from the government. Now, did you hear that? Howard has coverage at work, so we get no help from the government whatsoever. Do you want to know what my dental benefits are for the year? $1,000. I can get $1,000 worth of work. Howie can get $1,000 worth of work. Briar had one tooth pulled, had his teeth cleaned, and 3 cavities fixed. Cost him $2,000. There was my budget gone. My budget is going on removing hopefully 4 teeth in the next couple of weeks. And then I have to wait for January for my $1,000 to roll over again and get the rest of my teeth out. There's always a catch. Absolutely. Oh, Rochelle, hi. How are you, darling? I thought it was Rochelle. How are you, darling? So, that's all we got here in Nova Scotia. That's right. It's always a catch, right? And in Canada, like if Howie was off work and he didn't have a health coverage, we would get full RAMQ for both of us. But by law, you cannot claim RAMQ if you have any health coverage from work. So Howie's work covers 80% of our pills, our prescription drugs. And for Howie, that's a lot. I'm only on 3, almost on only 2. And they cover 80% of our drugs. They cover 80% of our dental up to $1,000. In other words, if something costs $100, I only pay $20. So I get 20, 40, 60, 80. I get, you know what I mean? So this is what I mean about loving myself. I'm going to get teeth, right? I can't just keep having my teeth fall out over and over and over again. I can't have dental implants because of bone loss. They want me to have dental implants because of bone loss, but the problem is eventually the dental implants come loose. And then they've drilled into your bone and put implants in that are actually going to do more damage to what bone you have left. So I won't do that, right? Today is a good day. Hi, Michelle. Could you use the new computer as a tax write-off because it's needed for your channels? Absolutely. I'll quote this video if I have to. I'll quote this video. I paid $700 for this tower. And the graphics card, it has to be the graphics card because sometimes when I play games, if they're really high graphics, like say slot machine games, right? Every once in a while it goes, and all these bright turquoise things and everything freezes. And I have to restart my computer. And I told him about it and he said, oh, that sounds like your monitor. Don't friggin' think so. Because now I thought it was my webcam that died. Wasn't my webcam. Because I took 2 more webcams out of my drawer and plugged them in and none of them work properly. When they picture you guys, I guess people said they could see me or they couldn't see me. But when I look, all it is lines, blue and white lines. So it is a beautiful day here, Plain Jane. It is, well, I don't like Plain Jane. It's a beautiful day here, Jane. It really is. We've been in the garden. Howie's piling wood. I'm going to make chicken and rice for supper. And I'm going to edit tomorrow's video. Was there any type of warranty? No, because guess what? It was a side job for him. So I ain't doing that again. And I ain't going to Best Buy. Okay? I'm going to go, I'm going to find what I want on newegg.ca, Newegg Canada, because always had really good results with them. Kathy Roby, Bev, your teeth might be a tax write-off too because your profile is part of your business. I never thought of that. Hey, Howie, my teeth may be covered as taxes because I need them for work. Well, I'm going to film everything. I am going to film everything. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a video out there of them removing one of my teeth, right? But I'm going to do a series of videos on Life with the Wolfies because Life with the Wolfies is about us moving into senior life, right? Well, Briar's idea of Briar's needs for computers and mine are completely different. He's a gamer. Well, he's not a gamer, but he plays a lot of games with friends online and stuff like that. I need power for lots of editing, storage for keeping of finished videos, because if YouTube ever decides that they don't like my channel, they can delete it and I can't recover anything. Trust me. Hi, Alice. How are you, darling? We sign up for Geek Squad at Best Buy for tech support. Well, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. I would look into literally everything as a tax write-off. Why not? I know, but I'm horrible for saving receipts. I did claim this computer, the $700 I paid for it. And although it's pretty and it's got a glass top and all that stuff, I think I'm gonna have one built for me, a proper one built for me. I'm gonna have, I want 32 gigs of RAM, right? Not 16, not 8, 32, right? That kind of thing. So I guess what I'm talking about here is loving yourself starts with taking care of the things you need. I can't work without a new computer. I can't eat properly without teeth. And this one, the one that's really loose, is really sore. But it's so small, I can't get a grip on it. Right? Can the food you buy that you use as videos be a write-off? I don't know. Maybe. But I don't bother. I don't bother trying. I look more along the lines of I'm on my, fourth printer in 5 years. I think I finally have found one that has staying power. Epson didn't pay me to say this, but I have an Epson tank printer, and it works much, much better than the other tank printer I bought was a piece of crap and built to fail. So Epson is the original tank printer. That's the one. Oh, really, Charles? Are you U.S. or Canadian? Because can't you claim your office light and heat? Oh, yeah. God, no, yeah. Property taxes get claimed. Do you know why? Because I do most of my work. It's on this property. Heck, I probably could do my truck payments because I do a lot of videos in the truck, or we're traveling, or whatever. I could probably claim that crossbow. You got a receipt for it? Ooh. You're in the U.S., so no, I can write off a good portion of this house because I do live videos in the kitchen, in the dining room. I do live videos in the living room, in here, but I don't in the bedroom. Sometimes in the bathroom where I've done things like, Howie's going to be doing the bathroom this winter. All those things are so I get to declare a portion of our mortgage, a portion of our insurance, a portion of our property taxes, all of that, because I'm self-employed and this is my workspace. Not just this office, my entire property is my workspace. Does that make sense? Hey, Michelle Maria. Doherty does it, and she spends about $3,000 a week. Yes, a week, and she has 11 kids. But yes, she writes off it all on her taxes. Okay, so I'm gonna start saving receipts for everything. But you see, clothing I don't buy clothing very often, right? I have a couple of new t-shirts and tank tops I bought this summer because, and people go like, why does she wear the same 3 or 4 outfits? Because they're still there. They still last. They still function. When they get too torn or old or stained to be on camera, then they get used for some other things. And date them. Reference your value. Well, I put all my dates now on my grocery videos, right? So yeah, I'm going to start doing that, but it's a little late. I don't have a lot of receipts for 2024, but I do have some. And I claim advertising on Howard's car because I pay every year for those stickers, right? It's a yearly thing, right? And I have a Life with the Wolfies and our half-acre homestead in the back window. We're going to get new stickers, but I pay for those, and I claim certain things that he buys because it's sponsorship. It's video material for me. I have an entire set of files on how he tubbed his race car. I just don't know how to edit it because I'm not a race car person. So he's got to sit down with me one day and explain what he's doing. And tubbing is taking your slicks out of the back and cutting your frame. I don't know, making it so you can get bigger slicks. That's, tubbing. It was what tubbing is. And he did that. And I've got all this video footage on it. I haven't done anything, right? Okay, Carolyn. Get a basket and put it in the kitchen when you unload your groceries. Oh, no, I have a file folder. I got receipts all over the place. I probably threw my last grocery receipt right out here. So I guess what I'm trying to say is loving yourself means you now are more capable of understanding and accepting love from others and knowing when it's not loving behavior. See, if you love yourself, you now have the advantage of understanding what love should look like for you. I got to stop doing it like this because apparently in the UK, if you do it this way, it's like flipping the bird, right? Loving yourself allows you to recognize unacceptable behavior disguised by love from other people. Do I need to repeat that? Knowing how to love yourself teaches you how to decide what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior from other people that claim to love you. Right? Once you know how to love yourself, separating the wheat from the chaff is as easy as flipping a basket, honest to God. I have a file system. I use a basket, then I take an hour a week and put them in my folder. Well, where's mine? This is mine right here. See? This already says 2023 is crossed out. I have a few. But, oh, and by the way, don't iron these. Don't iron them. The iron, in a lot of receipts, the iron will just make it go black and you disappear your receipt. So, now, I've got to get some work done. But I want to tell you something. Everybody deserves love. everybody deserves love. But it doesn't mean doesn't mean you have to bring a viper to your bosom. It means you can love them from a distance. It means you can pray for them. It means you can forgive them. And there's another thing. Forgiving, you learn to forgive yourself for not protecting yourself better. Forgive yourself. Always forgive yourself. Forgiveness does not mean what happened to you is okay. It just means you're not going to allow it to affect you from that moment forward. So forgiveness is giving yourself a learned lesson and a clean slate to start over on that. Okay? Forgiveness means you can love somebody from a distance and you can forgive them because that's what love is. But it doesn't mean, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to let the behavior continue. Forgiveness means, I love you, I forgive you, but I'm awake now, and that's not going to happen anymore. And I'll pray for you. And do that with love and honesty. I scan all my receipts onto my computer in a folder just for them. Okay. Well, thank you, Just Me. I'm not special, though. I swear I think our cable box keeps going out. So I think we need a new cable box or get rid of the East Link, especially now they're treating Dan Hobson, the SSNS high school sports guy. I don't understand that at all, Jack. What that... Can you hear the wheelbarrow? That poor wheelbarrow. And Briar offered to buy him one for Christmas when they were out shopping last year. I think I'm going to remind him. What? In the what? Maybe there'll be a new one in the budget. You know what? I'm not special. I'm just getting more grounded and centered in knowing who I am supposed to be and how I'm supposed to be treated. Loving yourself starts with not accepting unacceptable behavior. Loving yourself starts with forgiving. I got to forgive myself for allowing this shit to go on for allowing this to go on for so long. Right? I no longer try and fix things for people. Right? In my life, people I love and care about. I just am there. And if they need me, I will help if I can. I will advise if I can't help. But I have no expectations on anybody ever listening to anything I say. But if that's all I can do, that's good enough. Right? I'm here for my kids. I will always be here for my grandson. I'm here for anybody. Unless, of course, it means breaking myself down again, looking after everybody else but myself first. Everyone says, you look good, take good care of Howie. Howie takes good care of me. We prop each other up. There's so many things we couldn't do if we didn't have each other to support us, right? Is there a Home Depot near me? One in Ottawa, and there's one in Gatineau. Why? Accept kind words that are said to you about you, honey. They are just expressing what and how we feel for you. Thank you, Linda. Okay, thank you. I accept your love. I do. I do. And you can ask Linda. You can ask Linda. She said things to me before, and I go, hey, chill. Or, now, Linda, stop being a fuss budget, or whatever. Hi, Manette. How are you, darling? Oh, God, Charles Bauer, do not call me humble. Because that's one battle. Once with self-love and the dawning realization that you're worth loving, you can very easily slip into ego mode. Okay? Everything that happens to me in a negative way has had to humble me before I can see my mistake in it. All right? Things that happen to me aren't just things happening to me. These are things that some things are total I can't do anything about. But some things that happen to me, I have allowed to happen. And that's my fault. Do you understand? Right? So until something humbles me, I can't see it for what it really is. So humility is something that I have to work on every day. And it starts with a gratitude list. When I wake up in the morning, I'm grateful. I may only get 2 quarts of parsnips, but I'm grateful for those parsnips. I'm grateful my husband has a beautiful day to pile wood. I'm grateful that my the vacuum seal bags that I did with the regular freezer bags, those seals held, right? If you start with the gratitude, the being grateful for the smallest things, then you go up, you start climbing a ladder that shows you just how big your gratitude can be and how much that gratitude can affect your life going forward in a beautiful way. Well, if Santa was to order you one so you could pick it up, yeah, order me one what? I don't understand, and I'm not asking for anything. So, Bev, if we have all been humbled by things at times, but we can tell you truly do feel for all of us and are grateful we are here. Well, that's true. But you see, I'm the rich one here. I am the rich one for having you in my life. Because if I didn't have you to share all of these revelations and realizations and growth and humble and ego and all of these things, if I didn't have you to share them with, I may not have realized them so fast. You have been such an integral part of my journey so far. And I couldn't let you go any more than I can let go of my husband. Does that make sense? I don't want to know. 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 I don't want to hear about any wheelbarrows. That's not for me. That's not for me to decide. But how he works in Ottawa, in the Merivale area. What do you call your section of Ottawa where you work? I do believe Baseline Ottawa is the closest Home Depot to him at work. Just saying. I'm not asking. It is, Jane. It is. Stuff, look, woman, you need to learn to accept kindness from other people. I know it's tough, but it's my blessing to give. Okay, I'll shut up. Howie! Darling! What's the nearest Home Depot to you at work? Baseline Home Depot. But we're grateful to you because blessings, you built this community and we all have become friends in a way and support each other, even if it's not directly. Exactly. Okay? But you see, you only have me. Well, I guess you have each other too. We have each other too. Like, because when we get into the chat, we're all together. Right? But, you guys have no idea how much you have uplifted and supported me through this journey I've been traveling. And here's the deal. None of us ever give up on the journey because it doesn't end until we have all the answers. And when do we have all the answers, folks? When we meet our maker. So until we meet our maker, keep asking the questions, keep learning, keep moving forward, keep understanding that, like Paul Walton said in the movie the Homecoming, like anything, if things don't grow, they die. Right? So now I'm going to, okay, we're going to have a little spiritual blessing here. Okay? And those of you who do not want to stay, there is absolutely no judgment. You don't have to do it. It's not for everybody. But for some of us, we like to get together and you link to your faith and I'll link to mine. And we will all meet heart and hand in the middle where the light of God's love shines and restores us. Okay? Where do you get the Yorkshire Gold tea? I can't find it anywhere. Rebecca sent it to me. You can get it on Amazon, but it's frightfully expensive. I would shop around. Look in Walmart. You might be able to get it in Walmart. I don't shop in big major grocery stores that sell fancy stuff. Most places we shop are like Food Basics and Maxi, which are basically no-name stores, right? Hey, Renita! Renita, did you join the Seeds of Hope card exchange this year? Anyway, so here we go. Hang on. Gotta clear my sinuses so I can do some deep breathing. Oh, awesome, Renita. Awesome. Thank you. Hey, Renita. Was it you who sent me the bubblegum seeds? They were not auto. I've looked in every grocery store here. You try, okay. Huge and potent. Just saying. I'm going to do a video about it over on for Rumble. For all those who care to, please help me close with a little bit of prayer. Okay? You connect to your faith. I'll connect to mine. And, we will meet in the middle. Okay? So let's do some deep breathe. Oh, yeah, very good stuff. Okay. Deep breath. Pull in for 3. Hold for 4. And slow pressure release for 7. This is, from what I understand, the absolute best deep breathing method for relieving anxiety and activating your pineal gland and getting all your good feelings going in your body. Okay? So let's start with the first breath. And one more. Hey, God, source of all love and light. My itchy nose. God, there's people who are struggling with ill health. People are having, people are in the hospital and are not, able to get the proper treatment they need to heal properly. There are people battling cancer. There's people battling heart disease and diabetes. There's people battling addiction. There's people battling, mental and emotional stress. God, we're just going to lift all of these people up to you so that the light of your love can pour down over them and coat them like a warm blanket of love. May the light of your love seep into all of our souls and illuminate us so brightly, God, that we shine so bright that others can see us and maybe come forward and say, how do you do that? God, when somebody reaches out for help, we want the hand of love to always be there to help them through a hard time. We can't help everybody, God, but please, sometimes the work of you, the work of our God, the work of miracles, Sometime we find the instruments of God's love at the very end of our own arms. Yes. Thank you, God, so much for light and love and clarity and humility and gratitude. May we all find those on a daily basis. And healing. Amen. Namaste. Peace be with you. Blessed be merry meet. Walk in the shining light of God's love. Miigwech. Okay? Whatever it is, whatever language you use to connect with your faith, the important thing is that we connect with our faith. And we let it uplift us. And we let it fill us. Because, like I said, sometimes God's help and instruments are at the end of our own arms. We just have to reach out. Take care. God bless. We'll see you again soon. Okay? I love you. Never forget that. Because I don't have to see you to love you. My heart does.